Welcome back, everybody. This is Eric here with Iraq Veteran 8888. Today, we're going to be checking out the Extar EP45. This is a 45 ACP PCC, which probably one of the most interesting distinctions about it is that it's extremely affordable. We're talking well south of $500. We're going to be checking this thing out. I've got it loaded up with some PMC 230 grain ball. These are SGM tactical magazines. Let's have some fun. All right, 45 ACP. Here we go. Caught y'all off guard, didn't I? Woo, baby. All right, I hope everybody's having a great day. We have some Firebirds set up on some of those steel targets, and I was able to connect with a few of them there. Not too bad. This is a really cool PCC, and I wanted to show it to you guys. Extar reached out to me, wanted to know if we want to show one of these off. In some of our previous videos, we've done some roundups on especially 9mm PCCs. The 45 is something that's kind of new for Extar. These just came out not too long ago, so we thought we would check one out. And big thanks to them for sending one out for us to check out and show for you here on the channel. Again, the biggest distinction is, man, these things are just flat out affordable, right? They are complete polymer construction through and throughout. So, but the cool thing about this gun though, and what I keep kind of gravitating to, is that they sort of made this thing their own, right? They make these guns in-house right here in the US. There's no distributors or no middlemen, so they sell direct to consumer. I didn't know that. I recently found that out. I thought that was really cool. And it uses a non-reciprocating left side charging handle, which is kind of nice. You know, you can still have your fire control hand. You can control the gun, reach up and manipulate. You still have a bolt stop. So you saw there that that mag locked to the rear on the last shot. So it does have a traditional AR bolt stop, an AR style trigger, of course your standard AR safety, AR grip. So it has a lot of things that are familiar, yet they do it in kind of their own way. You notice that the handguard has this kind of SD look to it. Reminds me of a H&K SD integral suppressed MP5. And you got plenty of room up under the guard for your suppressors and stuff. And speaking of suppressors, this is our Griffin Armament Rev 45 in the full size configuration. That's to give us a lot of volume to keep this thing nice and quiet. And as if all of that isn't cool enough, it even has a built-in riser. So you notice that with that additional height, you can run an optic nice and low and not have to have some kind of a weird riser or anything like that, that you have to add onto the optic or add that lower third co-witness riser to get the height of optic correct. And at first, when I picked it up out of the box, I thought it was kind of a little strange looking, but the more I play around with this thing, the more I like the aesthetics of it. Like, it's just a neat gun. Now, we got this in as a pistol. I did SBR it, and we wanted to do that just to be able to show you, what I feel the optimal configuration of this gun would be. Obviously, having a stock on a short little gun is going to be a lot safer and more controllable than trying to run some crazy setup. But the way this came in as a pistol, it has this nice foam tube on the back for the buffer. You could totally use it in that way, even with the standard pistol buffer on there. But I opted for their rifle conversion, and we added the Magpul K stock, the little mini AR stock on there. And that's just the neatest little package. Very, very cool. It is a blowback, so pretty simple operation. Obviously, this gun does take Glock magazines, Model 21 Glock magazines. That was an SGM mag with some PMC in it. Here is some S&B ammunition, and this is a standard factory Glock magazine. It's 13 rounds. Let's have some fun. And nice thing about 45 in terms of a PCC is that everything is subsonic. So, you're generally not going to have very many 45 rounds that are going to break the sound barrier. I mean, maybe a 200 grain that's running fast and a plus P is probably going to crack. But most of your 230 grain offerings, even in your plus P offerings, are going to, if they do break the sound barrier, it's not going to be by much. So that's what's nice about 45 is it's easy to suppress. So that's why we want to drop a suppressor on this gun and show you what it can do. really cool stuff. I think this gun is definitely a winner for what they cost. And if you're looking for an affordable PCC, especially if you're wanting something, you know, other than just your standard 9mm that you're used to seeing, you can get a big bore PCC for a very affordable price. So something worth looking at. Let's have some fun. That ammo shoots good. That was some S&B 230 grain. Okay. Here's more of the PMC 230 grain. I'll tell you what, we'll move on to a couple of different carry loads in a minute. I've got some Winchester Subsonic full metal jacket encapsulated subs, which all 230 grain 45 ACP is going to be generally subsonic, but this is probably moving a bit slower. So let's see how this stuff sounds. Hopefully it'll cycle. Full disclosure, I have not tested this mag and this ammo yet, but I just want to see if it'll run good. And I want to see what it sounds like. All right, let's give it a try. Winchester Super Suppressed 230 grain subsonic ammunition. All right, put a few in the dirt back there. On the steel. Good group. Very nice. Very nice. All right, that was our Winchester Super Suppressed. All right, now we're going to try some carry ammo out. Because, you know, with this type of stuff, anytime you're dealing with any PCC, whether it's a blowback or delayed roller blowback, or no matter how the design of the gun is meant to work, you always want to test out hollow points, because some guns just don't eat certain brands of hollow points. It's just a known thing, because the ogive, the shape of the projectile on a carry round, they're all a little bit different. Every gun's feed ramp angle is a little bit different. Sometimes when you have these variables, if you're gonna trust your life to a gun for self-defense for whatever type of situation it might be, and it doesn't matter if it's a handgun, rifle, doesn't matter. If it's auto loading and it feeds from a magazine or anything like that, and you're having to really find that reliability, you always wanna pick whatever ammo you think you wanna use and buy enough of it so that you can test it out and make sure your gun likes it. Because the last thing you want is to be in the heat of the moment where you're trying to protect yourself and the gun not work. You don't want that. Here's some 230 grain Federal HST Tactical. All right, let's try this out. Woo, yeah. Hollow point 45s, baby. Let's go. We're gonna take out our sodas. I do have one Thunderbird target. I'll try to hit it, no guarantees. We just kind of put them out there and maybe we get a pleasant surprise from time to time. Okay, I'm gonna take out these soda bottles. Hollow points, let's go. Ooh, yeah. Too easy, baby. Real accurate. Whew. Now, we did a video on the 9mm version of this particular gun. We SBR'd a 9mm Extar as well as this 45. I will say, compared to the two, the 45 is a little bit more gassy. We're getting a little bit more gas back in the face with the suppressor. This is a full length configuration Rev 45 from Griffin Armament. I do like the handguard on this gun. I forgot to mention you do have M-LOK accessory slots through and throughout, so that makes it real nice, you know, to mount your accessories. And I guess I could have mounted a forward grip on this thing if I wanted to, since we SBR'd it. I think the SBR laws are dumb as crap and completely antiquated and old in their nature, and they do not fit the modern world at all. But I digress. People want compact guns. They want something as easy for their wives to handle, their kids to handle, for them to handle. Maybe you're a shooter who's injured or disabled, or you have some type of a you know, issue with your muscles, something, right? the smaller the gun is, the more compact, easy it is to manage, maneuver, especially in the household. People want smaller guns. And I think it's dumb that we have to pay the king $200 just to have a gun that really should just be sitting on a shelf as a normal gun that anybody should be able to just buy right off the shelf. But anyway, I'll get off my soapbox. All right, we got a few more hollow point loads. 45 ACP, 230 grain, Spear Gold Dot. Good standby, probably one of the most common carry rounds you're gonna find out there are these two. HST and Gold Dot are definitely the gold standard. All right, let's try these out. Okay. Getting a little gas. Huh. Very cool. Very cool. There's something about 45 ACP. It's just, it's quiet with a suppressor, reasonably accurate, good heavy weight. And you know, we've made the distinction in the past about comparing something like a 200 grain, 300 blackout sub to a 45 ACP. What's the difference, right? A 200 grain pill that's quiet is a 200 grain pill that's quiet, is it not? I would say that on the 300 blackout, you do get a benefit of the round is much more efficient, so it's going to probably shoot flatter than a 45 ACP, which is a giant ballistic marshmallow. So as long as you understand that that round projectile, that ball round, is going to fall out of the sky pretty quick, you can deal with the velocity being a little bit slower. At the ranges that you're going to use something like this for protection, or just for, let's just say you want to drop a little thermal on this thing and try to go kill some pigs or something at night, this would be a fun little hog hunting rifle. Quiet, reliable, lightweight, easy to carry all night in a hunting situation. So no matter what situation you're going to find yourself using a tool like this for, just as long as you understand the limitations. I mean, I'd say 45 ACP out of this rig right here inside of 100 yards, quite the pairing, okay? But for a long time, I tried to, you know, really understand why 300 blackout with subs. Well, isn't that just 45 ACP? In my mind, I'm thinking, well, subsonic 200, 230 grain bullet is what it is. Not quite. It does change things up a little bit. I'm still a fan of the 45 ACP with a suppressor. I think they're great, and they've stood the test of time. And I wanted to show this Extar off to you. This is a very affordable option for those of you that are looking for a PCC, especially in a 45 ACP. Who knows? Maybe we'll see one of these in a 10 millimeter one day. That'd be kind of cool, because this is lightweight. I was a little worried this thing was going to kick hard because it's an extremely lightweight PCC. Probably the lightest 45 PCC that you're going to find. The only way that they could make a PCC any lighter, I wouldn't even say that it would be any lighter, but let's say like a Kel-Tec Sub 2000. If you took a Kel-Tec Sub 2000 and made it in 45 ACP, which I don't know why they haven't done it yet, but that would probably be close to the weight of this. It's very light, even with the suppressor. So thanks so much for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed today's video. Many more on the way. We'll see you soon, and thanks so much. Make sure you click that notification bell. Subscribe so you're getting all of our videos. Go check out Ballistic Inc. and pick yourself up a snazzy new t-shirt. That's one way you can help support the channel directly if you wish to. And thank you all so much. We'll see you soon.